Welcome everyone. Today we're going to do a reading for all signs. So you want to pay attention or listen to your intuition. It'll let you know. I did a poll and I asked what reading you guys would like next, and the majority was for all signs, love and life. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do it a little different than I normally do, though. I'm going to do it more like I do a soulmate or a twin flame reading. I'm going to do two different sides, and then we'll connect them. So, that may be reaching twice as many people. And then when I do that, you'll figure out who you are, what side you're on, if you pay attention to your intuition. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this because it's probably going to be a little bit of a longer reading. We, of course, are going to use our Mother Mary Oracle for our words of wisdom. For one side, we're going to use the Psychic Tarot. On the other side, we're going to use the Tarot of Dreams, and we'll connect them and clarify them with the Gilded Tarot. We may bring in other decks, but that's what we're going to begin with. Let me bring this lid down a little bit. And let's move everything aside except what we're going to use. Let's start with Mother Mary. Again, all signs, love and life. Love and life. Life, that's your career, that's your family, that's just anything and everything. And then love. Love, love, love. Alright, let's go ahead and begin. Some people question, like, how can you do a reading for all signs? Well, because I feel like most of us are connected, like we're soul connected, so we go through similar experiences, like, maybe I've been through something that you're going through right now, so I can help in that area, you know what I mean? So I actually prefer doing all signs. Okay, let's see what we have. We have home. Home. I trust and follow my divine guidance about my home. I trust and follow my divine guidance about my home. Okay, so we'll put that there. We'll read from the book at the end, telling you it's where it's most profound. Let's move the Psychic Tarot up here for a second, and let's go ahead and bring in the Tarot of Dreams. Again, we're doing two different sides. And if nothing else, I feel like it's going to help give us a lot more answers than if I was just doing a regular spread. Alright. Let's give them a cut. And I am going to take off the top of the deck for this reading. It just feels like what I'm supposed to do, so that's what I'm going to do. Alright, let's begin. We have faith. This is the Hierophant. Taurus is Major Arcana. This is about your belief system. It's a 5, so I always feel like it's asking you to take a moment and just, are you... I didn't realize my microphone was down. Are you living your authentic life? Do you feel authentic within your skin, within the situations you're dealing with? So, have I taken on other people's belief system? These are the things that I want to look at. It can just talk about having faith, like prayers being answered. Interesting, we have 2 5s back to back. 5 cups. Interesting. So, the 5 cups is really, its meaning is where your focus is at. And your focus is on the things that I have lost. Let's just say emotionally. These are cups. My focus is on the cups that have been knocked over. But really what it wants you to do is start focusing on what's yet to be. Because when this person does that, again, a 5 makes the change, and this is more like within your mind, let's say, what the person finds is there's 2 cups that have really yet to be discovered. So, it can speak of someone of your past, someone I'm missing. Maybe there's someone that I wish and hope, would come back into my life. Can be the other way around, maybe you're over here and this is talking about them. But let's see, 2 5s back to back. Well, hello, Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like who's over here, simply if they pay attention to the 5s, and if you think of like a 9-year cycle, the 5 is the chance, the opportunity to stop, look, figure out what's good, what's working, who's not working, what's not working, and then make the changes, like where's my focus, do I have, is my belief system strong, maybe regarding like bringing something into your physical world. Well, then here it is, the Ace of Pentacles. Often feel the Ace of Pentacles is like a blessing, because this is something that can take root. This is something that can last a lifetime, if not lifetimes. I feel this is your soul seed of intention, and here it is. Here it is. Okay, let's keep going. Well, hello, Wheel. Destiny. This can also talk about movement, especially after these 2 5s. It's like I look at these 2 5s, I give it the energy it's asking, and then I feel like it just like immediately, here comes this ace. It's like a door is closed and boom, another door is shown. And it just so happens to be part of your wheel, part of your destiny. Now, just because something's part of our destiny doesn't mean that it absolutely will be, especially if it's regarding another person, because, we can't control their free will. But I don't know why I'm bringing that up, because I feel like this is, well, let's keep going. Let's see. Hello, Ace of Cups. Okay. We have love over here. We have 2 aces out of 5 cards. 1 ace is bringing something into your physical world. This is something that you can nurture. And when you nurture it, it grows. What else does it hold? The Ace of Cups. It's sitting right next to your wheel. So this tells me this must be at least a soulmate energy. We have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I have to tell you, what I'm feeling is this could also be someone that you used to know. You may be hearing some type of communication from. Often I read the page as younger energy. And this page may have been on a course of really learning how to communicate. Maybe controlling my tongue, that type of thing. This page is mirroring the wheel. This could be like communication just coming in. I often feel the page's energy, like we feel it before it actually arrives. It's like what's in the atmosphere, and then the knight is the one who actually brings it in. But, here it is. Alright, let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have the 8 of Swords. Well, 8 of Swords is a self-created prison. Now, why? I know why. Because of this 5 of Cups. So, something that I've lost, that, I don't want to give you like false hope, right? Because if this is talking about someone of my past that I would like to have in my present and future, there seems to be real possibility here. But in the same breath, because 8 is about a new beginning, and that means allowing yourself to have a new beginning. And then you have faith with the 5 of Cups. So, you know, I have to believe that all is possible. I cannot be in the energy of woe is me. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm not sad that I lost some cups or what have you, but really what it's talking about is, yes, some cups got knocked over, but that doesn't mean it's the end of your love life. It doesn't mean it's the end of love. I mean, it's showing it, right? It's very clear. So I feel like this 8 of Swords would make sense, because instead of creating this prison for yourself, it's saying, go back to your belief system. You know, I mean, I guess if you believe in God, then we know that all things are possible. But I feel like I've got to believe that. And I do feel like as soon as you do, it's like, okay, well, here's this ace. You know, it's interesting because for some reason I feel like someone's tears are what's watering this ace. Someone's tears. And listen, this may be something that you've been praying for. And, you know, I do feel like prayers are answered. Not always how we want them to be answered, but better, usually, than what we want. You know, who knows better? What's better for us, right? Because, you know, we forget that we're a spiritual being and kind of get lost in these human experiences. But all of these experiences are meant to really expand our soul. So even though I do feel like, you know, there's some tears that are watering this ace, nonetheless, it does produce the Ace of Cups. So, Ace of Swords makes perfect sense, right? I got to break free from this prison. I've got to get back into my belief system that all is possible. This Ace of Cups may not even be who you expect it to be. Because I feel like with the Wheel here, let's just, if we can, let's let go of control of who and how and when, even though the ace, with these aces, feel like soon, especially with the Wheel, because the Wheel's movement. And I know it's movement because it's got these 5s above it, right? So take a moment, look at these 5s. What do I need to change? What do I need to start believing in again? Break yourself free of any prisons you created. Look at that. The Death card is right underneath that. Closing of a door. That's what these 5s are doing. They're closing doors so that new doors can open. Well, these new doors are right here. They're opening. So again, you know, this can be someone that you know with this Ace of Cups, but it may also be someone that you don't know. And lo and behold, it's like you find love like, you know, maybe like you've never had before. All right, let's bring in the Psychic Tarot. And we're going to do the same thing. And then we'll connect them. One more shuffle. I mean, this is really kind of beautiful. You know, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and then the Wheel. So you know what's ever heading your way is part of your destiny. And to me that means because we have the Ace of Cups here and because we have the energy of, you know, like it feels like, you know, there may have been more than one cup that just didn't work out. And it's got me like, can I even believe in love again? Can I? Faith card is saying, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And not just that, but then the aces show. Okay, I don't know why I'm keep talking. All right, so I'm going to put these up here. And let's begin. We have the 6 of Swords. interesting because over here we have these 5s. And then we have the 6 over here. And the 6 of Swords talks about, well, what's right before it? The 5 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords is about energy that's really toxic to you. And sometimes it doesn't have to be people. It can be my own thought system. Like I stopped believing that all was possible. I get that energy. But then, if I just look at my own life, like things that, the good things that happened, most of them I did not expect. So this person over here has taken a good long look at that energy and has made the choice to move on from it. Now, again, it can be one's own thought system. Like I stopped believing, and that has become toxic to maybe my growth. We have Shadow. This is the Moon. Card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. We have material and spiritual prosperity. Not just material, but also spiritual prosperity. Two 6s with the Moon right in between. Sometimes I just got to take a chance. And I may not know what the path, like what that whole path is going to look like. But if I just step into it, that may be good enough. Because I do feel like this person over here is looking at the Moon and, does have to travel through that energy. Now it can represent, again, Pisces or Cancer for some of you. But I feel like this person is traveling through the energy of the Moon, which again can be uncertainties, but it's also very dreamy type energy, right? So I'm allowing my dreams, even though I can't see the finish line, I'm going to follow those hunches. I'm going to walk through this uncertainty. And when you do, here's success on the other side, or prosperity. Not just material prosperity, which the Ace of Pentacles can also mean, but also spiritual prosperity. And to me, I feel like that's everything. Like, I live my life different once I really trust in my spiritual being. I live my life different. I don't get lost, at least not for long, in these, like, 5 of Cups, the things that didn't work out my way. Maybe they weren't meant to. Maybe it just wasn't the time. Maybe divine has something much more special on the menu. All right, let's keep going. Accelerated motion. First of all, this is what I think about, I bring about. And I say that because I feel like you have to know that, but don't freak out at the same time. I read somewhere, like, when you put out, let's say I'm in a very negative type of energy, and I'm throwing those intentions out there. Well, I feel like they're harder to reach divine, or divine can, if we think about the law of attraction, what I think about, I bring about. So, keeping my thoughts positive. Again, I feel like this is more about, like, just thinking, why, if everything is possible, so why can't it be possible for me? This person's moving on from what was toxic to them. And as they do that, energy starts moving very quickly for them. It can also talk about how fast we can manifest something. Because again, I leave the toxicity behind. My intentions start reaching the universe very quickly. And what's mirroring this is material and spiritual prosperity. Well, hello, soulmates. I don't even know why I did this in 2 parts like this, but something told me to do it this way. And look at this. This is a soulmate. I could already tell it was soulmate type energy. And look at the position of the Two of Cups. It's mirroring the Ace of Cups over here. I feel like we're looking at two different people. And we're seeing two different experiences. I feel like this person over here, even though we have the soulmates here, I don't even think they know that the soulmate's energy has yet, or how do I want to say this? I don't feel like this person is like my main, the main thing I want to manifest is soulmates. I feel like they're thinking more just about their life. Like, I want to have a good life. I want to manifest, stability and finances and that type of thing. And then lo and behold, it just so happens, because it's sitting under a shadow, I don't feel like I even know about this yet. Now, for some of you, again, it can mean that you have a soulmate who is a Pisces or is ruled by Cancer. Look at that. Both sides have the Eight of Swords. Interesting. 2 eights. 2 sixes. 2 eights. Eights, new beginning. This Eight of Swords. It's interesting because I feel like this person over here is like, you know what? I'm not even really looking for love. I'm thinking more about my material harvest. What it is I can do to bring to the world. Something that can make me financially stable. So I feel like I'm kind of shutting, I don't know if I want to say I'm shutting love out, but I don't feel like this person's even thinking about it. Maybe that Five of Swords was previous love to them, and they've cleared that energy. And now they're just thinking, you know what, I'm just going to work on my craft. See, it's on the bottom of the deck. Look at that, the Hierophant. So I do feel like these two people are connected because of just the synchronicities between the two of them. So over here, this person, again, is card of Taurus, I should say that. But it is exactly, look how it said wisdom, faith. Faith, wisdom. If I believe all things are possible, then maybe, just maybe, I can have what feels like it all. Spiritual strength underneath that. Material and spiritual prosperity. So someone has definitely been working on that area of themselves. You know what I mean? Like, getting back into my belief system, getting back into my faith. And it doesn't even have to speak of religion. This is really speaking a lot of your spirituality. Okay, let's separate them a little bit. And let's bring in the Gilded Tarot. And let's go in between. The wheel is mirroring the Eight of Wands over here, accelerated motion. So we know that means that wheel is spinning, right? It's moving. What is the wheel carrying? The Ace of Cups. Well, in the same position of the Ace of Cups is the Two of Cups over here. And then what's mirroring the Eight of Swords over here is the Page of Swords. Almost like this person over here in their, let's just say, younger days, really had to learn the art of communication. And it's also interesting because I feel like as it relates to love, even though I feel like this person may not even be thinking about that, I feel like both of them have had to like break themselves free from like those swords. Okay, did I shuffle these? Let's give them a shuffle. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to connect them. And then we'll go over everything. But let's connect them first. You know, the Ace of Pentacles is mirroring material and spiritual prosperity. Interesting. We have the Eight of Cups. That makes perfect sense. And why I'm saying that is because, first of all, this person over here has the Five of Cups, right? Focusing on all I have lost, which has created a prison for my, because I'm focusing on what I've lost instead of what is yet to be gained. This prison is created. And the same over here. But the Eight of Cups is the perfect energy, because this means that both sides have taken the time to clear the emotional house. You know, this is about, yes, I'm examining the cups that have been knocked over, but then I'm moving out of that energy, right? I want to just know my part in it. Some cups, listen, are just free will decisions that maybe don't really hold much, I don't know, value in the realm of things with the wheel here. But anyways, this is great energy because I feel like, first of all, it's an 8, so it is about a new beginning. I do think I do feel like these two people probably know each other. But even if they don't know each other, it's just speaking about love that is on both of their wheels. Then we have the Page of Cups. Could be the counterpart to the Page of Swords. This can represent Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Certainly doesn't have to, though. This is the energy of taking a moment, learning to, maybe, I don't know. I just feel like I had to learn that not all things work out. And sometimes it may not be really anybody's fault. It's just the period of time. Maybe if this is something that's coming back together, maybe it was just too soon. Maybe we were just meant to ignite each other's heart at that time, but then go and do our own, our other soul seeds of intention. Remember, love is definitely part of this journey, but so are other things. I feel like this person's part of their journey is to gain this material success, is to learn about their spirituality. And I feel like a lot of times I can't, I don't really learn as much as I can if I haven't had the experiences. I feel like it's our experiences and the overcoming of them that really gives us that spiritual prosperity. So anyways, it's going to talk about, learning to love oneself again. Nurturing your inner child. It's funny because this page is holding a cup and he's looking right over at the person in moving on. It's like this page for all these cups that might have been knocked over in the Eight of Swords. It looks like, there's still cups that are standing. And this page has taken one of those cups and is now would like to move forward. Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands now is connecting both of them. We have the Eight of Wands right here on this side. And now it's connecting the two of them. The Wheel. One, two, three, four, really 5 eights. new beginnings. I definitely feel like each side here, again, whether this person who is a soulmate is someone that I have previously been with or not, it's still talking about love though, right? And really what it's saying is I can't allow my past experiences to hinder what is yet to come in. What do I mean by that? Well, again, I'm going to use myself as an example because why not, right? So, like, the man I'm with now, Sam, was my first love. Many of you already know this. We met when we were 15, but then we broke up. You know, I don't even know. We were like 17, I think. And both went our separate ways. I moved away. Sam remained here, but, you know, I moved and I lived my life. He lived his life. He got married. I got married. I got divorced. He got divorced. And then 40 years later, lo and behold, my telephone rings and it's him. And it's him. Did I expect that? No. But guess where I'm at now? I'm actually living in his house. So that's what I'm saying. Like we can't say things are impossible because we don't know. You know, that's what the shadow says. You got to still move through it because you just never know what's going to happen. And if I keep my thoughts as positive as I can, does that not up my chances of receiving the type of love that I'm really looking for? Listen, the Ace of Cups didn't come out for nothing, right? It came out to tell you this is like unconditional love. And then in the same spot is the Two of Cups. You know, here it says spiritual union. So that is a real potential, you know? And I use myself as an example because that's how it started, right? The Ace of Cups, and then it moved into a union. All right. Let's keep going. Let's come over to we're going to go right across the top. Death card. Well, that makes sense because we have two fives right there. Card Scorpio, first of all. But it is the closing of the doors, you know, and listen, I feel it all the time and I see it all the time in our readings, and I read so much, you know, personal readings and what have you. Literally, when you do close doors, you know, say, or let's put it another way, when I say to myself, you know what, I'm not going to sit here and keep focusing on what I have lost. I'm going to start, you know, I'm going to start moving towards, like, what do I want? What's my dreams? You know, opening up your own creative self, all of that. Death card says, you close the door, and we promise you, a new door will open. Wow. There's the Ace of Pentacles. That is the new door. And again, this is something that's coming into your physical world, and it just so happens that the Ace of Cups is also here. Excuse me. We have the Six of Wands. And then we have the Emperor, card of Aries. Some of you, this could certainly talk about job promotions. Again, you know, coming right over the Ace of Pentacles, anything that has to do with your finances, that's a great omen. Some of you, or let's just say on this side, I feel like, you know, part of their journey was to become the leader. You know, the Emperor is the leader of man. But the Emperor leads because the Emperor has had the experiences. Victory, or Six of Wands is sitting right next to that, which is the energy of victory. And it's interesting too because it's almost like some of you may do something like in a business way where you're speaking of love. Even like, I feel some like talking about how you overcame that Five of Cups. Death card says close the door and victory will be yours. The Emperor is someone that we can look up to when they come in the upright, and he came in the upright. Again, can be in Aries, but just think about that energy, like someone I can look up to. Maybe it's taken time for this growth. You know, the Emperor doesn't start as the Emperor. The Emperor gains wisdom through experiences again. Okay, let's keep going. Judgment. Your spiritual team. You know, spiritual prosperity. Well, here is your spiritual team. Interesting that the Death card comes over here. So the Death card says, please close these doors so that a new door can open for you. I can't open a door until you close the door that was. Judgment is almost the same thing. Judgment is a call to the present moment. You know, if I've been living in the past, well, that's not where my signs are. That's not where my guidance lies. It lies in the present moment. I like this a lot because I feel like it's saying that you'll be guided. This is about allowing oneself to have a rebirth. This can talk about a relationship that's having a rebirth. Following that 8, you know, 8 of Cups, again, it's like looking at that emotional house, clearing it up as much as I can, and then moving on from it. And it seems like both sides do exactly that. Okay? Just keep going. King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We do have Taurus that was on the bottom of the deck. Doesn't have to be that though. We have the 10 of Wands coming over material and spiritual prosperity. What does that tell me? It tells me it hasn't been an easy trip. You know, and the 8 of Swords right below that. I feel like it's saying for some of you, part of the lesson that you've learned, part of what was toxic is potentially carrying the weight of other people's responsibilities. This is a period of time when there is a lot of responsibilities, you know. There just is. But in the same breath, I've got to look at it. I feel like the person in the 10 of Wands secretly, like if I can't end something, I secretly wish for a tower, for the change. I also feel like this is saying that, you know, who's ever receiving this material prosperity, it's because of the work that you've put in. Ten of Cups, right over the wheel. The House of Harmony. How interesting. 5 of Cups. Can you change that? Can you not look at all you've lost, even though you've lost, but understanding it to a point, right? Understanding one's own responsibility doesn't mean blame, right? Doesn't even mean judge yourself. It just means knowing oneself. 10 of Cups right over the wheel. Feels like a blessing. Look at this. Not only the Ten of Cups, now you have the Ten of Pentacles right over the Ace of Cups. You know, that's kind of beautiful. Excuse me, because the Ten of Cups could have came over that Ace of Cups, right? And just how beautiful that would be. But now that we have the Ten of Cups over the wheel, and then the Ten of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles over here, I definitely feel like it's, you know, this is saying, not only is this a house of love and harmony, this is also the house of abundance. This Ace of Pentacles, you know, I tell you, don't like, you know, it's about the experiences and the journey. You know, not always like where we're going to end up. But look at the Ace that then turns into the 10. And I feel like the Ten of Pentacles is because the King of Pentacles is over here. Now, I don't want you to think Earth, though it can be Earth for some. It is coming over a water energy. But let's see what else we have. All right, with the Three of Swords. Interesting. Coming over the Page. So I feel like this Page's heart was broken. I don't feel like this is current. I mean, you know, the remnants of the heartache can remain, right? But I don't want to, again, create a prison for myself because of it. I feel like time has passed. And, you know, sometimes time is the only healer. I feel like, also, I hate to keep saying I feel like, but I do feel like, I feel like this Three of Swords is old. It's also touching that Five of Cups. So somewhere, somehow, this person's heart was broken. But again, this is not about what was. This is about what is yet to be. And the potential of what can be. Alright, well, let's keep going. Let's see what's mirroring it on the other side. Temperance. Beautiful. Divine timing. With the wheel. With these two tens. Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups. Temperance is like, trust in me. Trust in divine timing. Trust in, you know, let's put it another way. If your energy is as clear as it can be, and again, we're human. We're also spiritual, but we're human. And, you know, and there's a lot of uncertainties with that, right? So it's not looking for perfection. You know, divine's not like, I expect you to be perfect. I expect you to let go of all things that have happened in your life. No, some of them may, you know, you may still carry. But I do feel like, again, it's like, as things start to move forward, that Three of Swords, I feel like just becomes less and less and less and less and less. To the point, I feel like it will no longer exist. Divine timing coming over accelerated motion. Judgment. I need you in the present moment. Why? Because clearly there is some type of, let's just say, signs coming your way that are going to help guide. Guide you to what? Well, over here, material and spiritual prosperity, but not just that. The Two of Cups. Spiritual union. In divine timing. So, this is mirrored by the Wheel and the Ten of Cups. You know, and I also feel like divine timing, you know, it's like we're waiting on the universe. But sometimes the universe is waiting on us. Like the Three of Swords can't be the prominent energy. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. Doesn't mean you didn't feel the pain. But I don't want to live in it. Okay, well, let's keep going. Look at that. Three of Wands. An optimistic view. Really in all it can be. You know, I feel like the person in Three of Wands says to themselves, you know, I know my ships are going to come in when they're meant to come in. And that I trust. Especially sitting right next to Temperance, divine timing. This has taken a step into it, right? I'm not expecting, like, I don't know that it's going to turn into the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. But why? But my mind is saying, why wouldn't it? Why couldn't it? This is enjoying the journey. Especially when it's coming over the soulmates. Like, enjoying every moment of it. Even resistance. Because sometimes the resistance just brings us back closer. And then we have the Queen of Wands, Queen of Action. Coming over the Eight of Swords. I can tell you the Queen of Wands would feel very uncomfortable living in the Eight of Swords energy, because this is the Queen of Action. This is a queen that moves according to her desires and her passions. You know, I do it and I think about it later. Now, as a page, it can certainly mean, you know, I've made mistakes, but guess what? I got back up. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, though. I should say that because we do have Sagittarius mirroring it over here. But what's mirroring it over here? The 10 of Cups. Okay. I'm not quite ready to let it go, though. I have to say this is really quite beautiful after some difficult energy. It's almost like going through the eclipse season, and what needed to be eclipsed out is being eclipsed out. And what is that doing? That's leaving a whole lot of room for what wants to be. You know, another way of putting that is, you know, if my closet is stuffed full of every, you know, like winter, spring, summer, and fall clothing, then I have no room to put anything new in it. So my closet can't expect anything new. But when I clean my closet, I'm telling the universe, I have room for more. Okay. I want to look at the Three of Swords. We have the Fool. So I am letting that go. The Fool is fresh, clear, new energy. It just means this is someone who's not going to carry the turmoil of their past into their present or even their future. The Fool is someone who takes a chance. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. You know, I feel like on this side, this person over here may have learned, you know, that. And listen, if this is old love that's coming back together, I feel like as pages, let's say, because pages to me, you know, there's lessons that I'm learning. Page of Cups, I'm learning, you know, how to live a balanced emotional life, but it takes me a while. Maybe I have to learn how to love myself. Maybe there are a lot of people, it could even been family, like for some reason didn't make me feel proud of myself, so I got to find that myself. Page of Swords, I feel like, is someone who's really learning how to communicate in the world. You know, sometimes it's like learning how to control that tongue. But listen, ultimately, I feel like could be like a great writer or anything in that avenue where when, you know, as I tell my story, you know, as I emerge from that page, it's to help many others. Even if it's like let's say I'm writing a novel and, you know, imaginary characters, but I still feel like if I'm basing it off of characters that are in my life. What am I holding? Six of Pentacles. You know, this is also learning the fine art of give and take. There's nothing wrong with receiving, and you're meant to receive. But you got to be open to receiving. You know, especially when it relates to love and you've had your heart broken, it's hard to then open my heart, right? It's hard. But the Fool's going to take a chance. The Queen's going to take a chance. Three of Pentacles, I'm taking a chance. Or the Three of Wands, I'm taking a chance. Okay. What else do I want to look at? It's almost so clear to me. I want to look at the King of Pentacles. I feel like somebody wants me to look at this king, so we're going to look at this king. You know, and if this is previous love, you know, this can talk about over here where, you know, one side or one partner seemed to take on the brunt of the responsibility and had to learn how to be like, you know, not just receive, but also learn how to give. We have the Chariot. Interesting because card of Cancer, and it's coming over the moon. This king's coming over the moon, which is the ruler of Cancer, so, you know, can't deny that. But this really speaks of unlimited potential. You know, interesting because to me the Chariot is the masculine and the feminine. Finding balance. Right? The Chariot doesn't really move until it's balanced. It's like trying to drive a car in a flat tire. Right? All my tires have to be balanced. Not done with him yet. Justice. Interesting. Card of Libra. And then the World. Wow. The World's the next chapter. Judgment is saying that. The next chapter is ready to open. Justice, you know, can be certainly the energy of divorce. You know, it's interesting because I do feel like for some of you, this is love that you've had before, a lover that you've had before. You know, I say lover. I don't know if that's the right word. And I do feel like there have been ties that were cut. And listen, there could be a million different reasons, but I feel like part of it was because we have 2 pages. And I feel like it's the growth factor. Right? We have 2 pages, but now we have a queen and a king. This could be someone that I want to look up to. This could also be someone who is in a current relationship or recently was in a current relationship, maybe even a marriage, and maybe part of the timing was, and listen, I'm not telling anyone to divorce anyone. This would have already happened. And if they are, it's because there is imbalance within that relationship. You know, and I almost feel like it's not because of over here, even though they probably still feel that. But the World is about a brand new chapter that's opening up. The Fool's over here, brand new chapter. Judgment, I'm going to help guide you. Okay. What else do I... Let's look at the Emperor. Let's look at the Emperor and then we'll see. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the 8 of Swords. And then we have the Moon. I feel like someone is saying, at least subconsciously, that I know what I've done, and I know that I've hurt you, And I know because of that, well, I don't know what they know because of that. But I do feel like this is someone who is asking someone to take a chance anyway. I do feel like there's a lot of passion. I know this is fast moving. You know, let's say I say yes to however this comes together. I do feel like it moves quickly. You know, maybe that's why we're seeing, like, we have the Ace of Cups, and then boom, we have the Ten of Cups. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and boom, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Now, I still want you to understand it's about the journey. That's what the Three of Wands is. It's like, I'm going to enjoy each present moment, knowing that, you know, what's yet to come in will only feel like blessings. Someone may have had to free themselves over here. Or, listen, maybe you don't even know that, you know, because I feel like over here, in a way, like, I've been concentrating on one area of my life. But maybe they're ready to open that next part up, which I feel like is love. I mean, we do have spiritual union here. Let's look right at that. So before I move over, though, I do feel like someone may say, you know, I've come a long way, baby. You know, I've come a long way. Like, now I can be the man or the woman that you always wanted me to be. Or if this is someone you haven't met yet, that may be what, like, I can be that person that you've been looking for and that I've been looking for. All right, let's look at spiritual union. I mean, hello, 2 tens, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Look at this, the Knight of Swords. Interesting, because we have the Page of Swords here. And then the King of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But this cup, or this king, you know, this is how I read tarot. I think of the signs, yes, but then I think of the energy. So the King of Pentacles is someone who finally can see the big picture of it all. It's almost like their spiritual guides are helping them see the big picture of it all. And they may even, like, have that realization where, you know, like, I didn't give all that I could give. And I know that now, right? I know that now. But I feel like it's relating back to here, not if they're in a current relationship. I don't feel it's that. I feel like they're thinking back, like, now I know that. And why am I saying that? Because the King of Pentacles sees the big picture. The King of Cups is someone who is looking, well, I shouldn't say looking, but appreciates having that special person on their path with them. Right? Like, I don't want to walk it alone. I want a love with me. Well, hello. Right over spiritual union. And then the Knight of Swords. Interesting, because the Knight of Swords is facing this way. This can talk about communication that comes in, you know, and I feel like it doesn't matter who's contacting who or even how we meet. I feel like I can let go of all that. Especially with Temperance here, right? This is all about divine energy and divine timing. This is not a karmic relationship. This isn't a free will decision. Well, it is a free will decision. You know, ultimately you make the decision. This is soulmate. So what does that mean? That means that you're soulmates. That means that you have lived lives together. You know, probably as different characters in different lives. You're here to help each other. You know, some people are like, I want a twin flame relationship. But soulmate can be a much more loving and, how do I say this, very comforting type of love. We have the Ten of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups. I know I keep repeating that, but I'm a little amazed, right? The Ace of Pentacles shows up, boom, then there's Ten of Pentacles shows up. The Ace of Cups shows up, boom, then the Ten of Pentacles shows up. Move it all over here, well, there's the spiritual union. I mean, does it not feel like it's just meant to be? Does it have to be? No. Let's say that two people do not break these self-created prisons. Well, that makes it a little bit more difficult. Doesn't make it impossible. Because, again, I feel like the energy reaches you first. Almost like I feel it. And maybe that's enough to make me look at, like, all right, what are these binds that I have on myself that are based on past energy that really are not going to help me in my present day life, because this is all about present day life and then what's moving forward. If, right, free will, if I say yes, and listen, it's on the wheel anyways. It's part of your destiny anyways. And I don't feel like it's just one person, it's two people. We have spiritual union, two soulmates, right? Coming together in union. Do I think it's immediate? No. There's a lot that had to be worked out. But some of you, listen, it may be sooner versus later because we have the Eight of Wands over and over again. Fast-moving energy. What I think about, I bring about. Fast-moving energy. Accelerated motion. Divine timing. The wheel. The wheel starts spinning. Maybe two people have broken free from their self-created prison, and that puts the wheel in motion. Okay, I think I'm going to read from Mother Mary, and let's see how this applies. Home. I want to go home, home, home. Who am I thinking of? Michael Bublé. Home. You drew this card because of concerns about what is happening in your household. Mother Mary is letting you know that God is watching over you and sending you divine guidance as how you can improve your home life. Expect a positive change in your current situation, especially as you allow more love to reside within the home of your heart and mind. Your home life affects your happiness, relationships, and even your health. So it's essential to take action steps to bring about a peaceful, safe, and happy environment. Yet, change can be threatening because of fears of the unknown, even if it's a positive adjustment. If you find yourself resisting making a change for the better, call upon Mother Mary and the angels for encouragement, signs, and guidance. Trust these messages and follow them home. Wow. That's what I feel like these soulmates are to each other. Home. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to leave it there. As always, I thank you. I thank you for your likes. If you enjoyed the video, I don't expect anyone to like it if they didn't enjoy it. Or, well, it doesn't even have to resonate. I thank you for becoming a subscriber. I thank all my subscribers for being with me. You're everything. I thank you so much for your donations. Very few people really donate to tarot readers, which is interesting because something like this really, I'm pulling everything out of me and allowing myself to be a vessel for you with no charge. So, think about donations because very, very few people actually donate. I thank you for sharing this video. Sometimes we're put like we're shown a video and we watch it and it's like, okay, it doesn't resonate with me, but you know what? It reminds me of Susie, or it reminds me of Pat, you know? So thank you for sharing. But most of all, just thank you for allowing me to read the way that I read. I know it's not for everyone, and that's okay, because I feel like who it's meant for, it'll find you, or you'll find it, you know? And I feel like when in divine timing, just when you need it, just when you need it. So I thank you. I love you guys. I'll see you next. Oh, by the way, I am going to do a past life reading next. When I did that poll, this was number 1, and then past lives, past life, past loves. So, you know, I have a feeling we're going to see a little bit of this in it. So that will be coming out soon. Keep your eyes open for that. Also, make sure that you hit that bell if you subscribe, because otherwise you miss a lot of the notifications. I know that because people tell me that, like, how did I not get the notification? How did I not see this video? You know, it's 2 months old. Why didn't I get it? Well, because first of all, YouTube sometimes unsubscribes people without your notice, which I don't like, but, you know, what can I do? So you want to check that, but also, I don't know, maybe they unring that bell. So anyways, much gratitude. I really love this reading. I think I am going to do it as premiere. I mean, I truly love this reading. Now I want to see what you think of it. Please leave your comments and tell me how it relates to you. And you know why I think comments are so important? Because your comments, whether you know it or not, help others. You know, they see, okay, I'm not alone, first of all. And sometimes that's comforting. Not that we want other people to be suffering, but to know that that you're not alone, or you're able to see that people have overcome what you need to overcome. So then you know it's possible. Love, listen, you can't plan it. And, you know, can you expect it? Well, you should expect it. But let go of the control of exactly how things must show, and instead just trust in divine. If you keep your intentions positive things are going to come back to you. Now let's say something hard comes back. Well, that means because your soul knows how to overcome it. You know, your soul's not given any challenges that you cannot overcome. You know, if you just remember that you are a spiritual being, which means you have lived lifetimes, you have climbed mountains, you have overcome challenges. So there is nothing that you cannot overcome. I love you guys. I thank you. I'll see you. Hopefully I'll see you at the premiere. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do premiere. But if you can't make it just a premiere, I'll see you next time at our table. I love you guys. Bye-bye.